if we look back 50 years from now, the city was almost a city like Venice. Unfortunately, after the Liberation War, the government's policy became very, very central towards Dhaka, and internal migration started very, very high rate. Nowadays, it's almost crossing 7 to 8% every year. And Dhaka started growing. So having that huge pressure, if you could just control and conserve our potential resources, this could be a wonderful city.
Dhaka is the fastest growing city in the world. 500,000 people move here from the countryside every year. To handle this pressure, Dhaka follows the urban model we have seen in China and the West. A model based on cars, highways, high-rise residential suburbs, and a massive consumption of energy.
Why we have to copy a Western world and just push it into a planning process? This particular notion of living, how we are addressing it, how we are denying it, how we are denying their aspiration, is a sample how we are destroying the very flavor what this city could have.
A group of activists in Dhaka have translated Jangel's books. They have introduced his methods of counting pedestrians, rickshaws, and public life to inspire a different approach to planning.
I think it was the year 2005 when the common people saw that the government is taking the initiative that they are banning rickshaws from some road. So what is the reason? They are pointing out the rickshaw is one of the main source of traffic congestion in Dhaka in Mirpur Road. Okay, then they ban the rickshaw. And now what we found? No, this traffic congestion is still there, and they just overlooked the main issue. The main problem was there, the parking problem. The cars without any parking charge, they had the facility. These private car companies, they are just making the cars, and now this is the zone to sell it. So it is one of the policy they are giving loan, maybe the ADB, maybe the World Bank, they are giving loan for making the roads, for making the flyovers. So they are making it, it is their business area, they are selling it, they are giving us aid. It is not aid, we have to pay back them, and we are burdened with that loan. So we shouldn't follow that model. So when the government is banning rickshaw, they are destroying the opportunities of employment, and 300,000 rickshaws with 600,000 rickshaw pullers, they are the poor people. So by this, what they can do, if they earn something for today, they will eat. If they don't, they don't. Only the 5% are using the private car, 37% and using the rickshaw. If the 37% are shifted for using the private car, so I think I can move anywhere. I have to just sit in the car and I don't know. I have to sleep there, I have to eat there and everything. It's my car and I have the car and I have to do nothing. That's it.
policies and the planning, when it comes from the top, it never understands the very aspiration of the people. So when we're doing it, you have encompassed only the rich people or upper middle income people. Rest of the people who actually dominated in terms of number has been left out. And the whole problem started growing. Because unfortunately, if you don't encompass everybody into your planning and understanding of transportation, housing, you actually walking towards a chaos created by yourself because you have disregarded them, but they are always there. You can say they don't exist, but they do exist, and the problem started from there. How this modality should be prioritized, who should be prioritized.
The new 10-year plan for improving Dhaka prioritizes highways and road infrastructure. It is heavily funded by the World Bank. The government will spend $10 million on pedestrian facilities, while the budget for flyovers will be $1 billion. Activists complain that the plan is socially unfair.
আজকে যে সংস্থাগুলি কাজ করছে সেই সংস্থাগুলির মধ্যে কোনো সমন্বয় নেই এবং সেই জায়গাগুলোতে দেখা যাচ্ছে সেই রাস্তা নির্মাণের জন্য প্রত্যেকের ট্যাক্সের টাকায় এই রাস্তা নির্মিত হচ্ছে। এছাড়া যেই অবকাঠামোগুলো নির্মাণ করা হচ্ছে তার জন্য যে লোন নেওয়া হচ্ছে সেগুলো সবার কাঁধে চলে যাচ্ছে, অথচ প্রত্যেকে সেই জায়গা থেকে সুবিধা পাচ্ছে না। অথচ সামান্য কিছু অর্থে যে পথচারীর জন্য ফুটপাত নির্মাণ করা সম্ভব, অথচ এই যে একটা ভালো একটা মাধ্যম যাতায়াতের পাশাপাশি দুর্ঘটনা সেই নিরুৎসাহিত করার জন্য অন্যতম একটি কারণ হিসেবে কাজ করছে।
প্রতিটি রাস্তায় সম্মিলিত জেব্রা ক্রসিং এর দাবি জানায়।
পথচারীদের চলাচল নিরাপদ করা, পথচারী সহায়ক সিগন্যাল সহ বিভিন্ন দাবি।
বাংলাদেশ টেলিভিশন, ঢাকা। আর সেই কারণেই প্রাইভেট কারের বদলে আমাদের গণপরিবহন প্রয়োজন। একটা প্রাইভেট কারে যখন একজন বা দুইজন চলাচল করে সেখানে একজন গণপরিবহনে প্রায় 50 জন লোক যাতায়াত চেষ্টা করছি। আপনাদের এই আন্দোলনকে সমর্থন জানাচ্ছি এবং এই আন্দোলন সারা দেশে ছড়িয়ে দেওয়ার জন্য আপনাদের অনুরোধ জানাচ্ছি। আমরা কার মুক্ত ঢাকা সিটি চাই, আমরা কার মুক্ত বাংলাদেশ চাই, আমরা সাম্রাজ্যবাদীর আগ্রাসন থেকে মুক্ত হতে চাই। এই বলে আমি আমার বক্তব্য।
At the current growth rate, the population is expected to double, from 160 million people today to more than 300 in just a few decades.
With this car-centric development, if each person have the one car like America, we will have a 300 million car. Will there be any space in Bangladesh? So sometimes I become mad. Not mad, but I feel very uneasy. We are sinking. I don't know how I can explain you. You see, sometimes I cannot sleep at night properly. When I think that what we are eating, if all the foodstuffs are very, you see, with the toxic chemical and etc. But other problems is becoming more and more prominent.
Dhaka is considered a high-risk earthquake zone. The urban development magnifies this problem heavily. The landmass is fast being covered with asphalt and concrete, which causes rainwater to flow into the polluted river system. The groundwater is therefore the only resource, and it is depleting quickly. Last year, a small earthquake at magnitude 5.4 hit the city. In the case of a major earthquake, it is estimated that 80,000 high-rise buildings will collapse.
There is a connectivity, soil structure is changing. As a result, even a minor earthquake can become create the more problem. You see that when a structure, the soil condition is changed, then bearing capacity will less. Sometimes I cannot sleep because I see that if earthquake with 6 magnitude, most of the building will not survive.
As a species, we have certain conditions of learning. A kid walking through the road and around your house, what he sees small trees getting out of the seeds, growing these insects, small butterflies. If you see life, if you see how it grows, then when you grow up, you will take care of lives of others. It's not school, it's not the book. It is the time frame of your life you learn. So when we turn a city into a place where you don't walk, your kids don't walk, you are raising generations. When they grow up, they will be not human.
If we see like it's a bridge, I think we can see what is end of this bridge, because our destination is the Western modern world. Now we have started the journey. Now we are in the middle of the bridge. We can see, oh my God, this capitalistic model, all these modern things, all these cars, all these highways destroyed their life. Now I can set up my journey, okay, which way I can go.
We count, we measure, calculate and maximize. But did we count the 4 billion people living in third world countries? And what will happen when they drive a car, pollute and consume the amount of energy that we do? What if we started all over?